Yes, I had a conversation last week with Drew. I also had a conversation last week with Dwayne, and I made it clear to both of them, at the conclusion of those phone calls, that I would no longer be considering, returning to St. Louis as an option moving forward. I do want to give both those gentlemen credit in the way they handled the entire off-season process and the uncertainties of my return. Extremely professional, so I want to give kudos to them for that, while I would expect nothing less from any St. Louis leadership. It's just how that organization does business, and that's in my experience with the Gladiators since day one. But that being said, it was a difficult decision. I want to personally thank both Colin and Dwayne for everything, for drafting me last season, for allowing me to be part of history, for allowing me to wear the green and gold colors and stand for St. Louis and everything the Gladiator organization represents. A very proud time for me, while short, albeit short-lived. I also want to thank my teammates, especially the guys that are still there wearing the green and gold. I can put myself in your shoes, and I can feel some of the frustration that some of you have. I know some of you I know most of you just wish the best for me going forward, and I appreciate that. As I wish the best for St. Louis moving forward, I thank my coaching staff, my leadership, all my teammates, and the fans who rallied around us last year. Season 14 was a very special season for me. It will always, be in my heart, and I appreciate it. And I wish the Gladiators nothing but success and going forward. So. Well, I know I didn't make it known any earlier because, honestly, it was an emotional process this entire off season, and I just recently, understood within my own mind that, I'm not considering going back to St. Louis anymore. I wasn't stringing St. Louis along, for my own, for my own prerogative of, doing so, my own selfish intentions. I honestly thought that there was a good chance of me returning to St. Louis. I just wanted to take my time with the process. St. Louis leadership, they backed me. They respected the fact that I needed my time, and I appreciate that. Due to the way things move and the way things transpire over as weeks went and days went. It finally, kind of clicked in me that, that it was time to move on from St. Louis. One thing, that's important to me is transparency, and I promised Drew and Dwayne transparency from day one of this off season. I wasn't just gonna, let them roll forward and be a hat for some production as an illusion of an option. When I let them know that, when I make up my mind that they would know, and that's the same way I would handle it with every other team. And I've been transparent with them since day one, and so it was important to me to that when I had the realization that I would not be, putting on the uniform again here, that I let them know that. So that just recently came about, and that's why y'all are hearing it, now. No, I don't. I don't think, it's not that I don't even think that. I know that not to be the case, and I, that's because I've heard it from the horse's mouth. Because Dwayne himself has told me that in no way does ownership or St. Louis regret drafting me with the #1 overall pick last year. On the contrary, he's gone above and beyond to show how appreciative he was of everything that I did for my team last year, and it was a special season for us, and we made history last year, and I'll always be a part of that, and I'm proud to be a part of it. It's the league we live in, that everybody's on a 1-year contract, and things happen, and coaches leave and people leave, and and it affects people. But Dwayne told me that not only does he not regret drafting me, that he's proud of everything that I did for the organization, both on and off the field. I think that I helped instill a new culture, within the locker room that they're just going to continue to build off of. I think I set the bar for, the type of quarterback that they'll be going after in the next draft. I think it's kind of a no harm, no foul type of situation. Just like I wish the best for them, I know they wish the best for me, and they want me to be happy, and they want me to make the best decision for myself. They're a very competent organization. From the top down, they have a great core of individuals. They have great leaders on top. Drew, I expect big things from him as a coach, and I know he'll do some great things. But that's all I can say on that. I know they don't regret drafting me, and I'm proud to have been that pick. And it was a great partnership. It was just short-lived in a lot of people's eyes. But I'll never forget, everything we achieved together, and I don't think that they'll, forget what I did for that city either. Do I think they're going to paint me as the villain in this story? I think that's just silly. No, I don't, and that just, piggybacks off, what we were just saying before. What I was just saying is that I think. For one, I think it's too St. Louis is too classy and professional of an organization to try and drum up that storyline. Will some media outlets, try and play that up a little bit? I don't doubt that. But no, I don't think there is a villain in this story. That being said, will Mark or Tony or someone on defense, will they try and lay a good lick on me if they get the opportunity? I'm sure they will. But there's no villain in this story, and no, I don't think St. Louis is going to try and paint me like a villain in any way. That's going to be a very difficult decision. I'll say Gerald is I think a lot of people already know that Gerald and I have a special relationship that grew very fast over 1 year. I'd be lying to say that I don't have I'm not strongly considering going and playing ball down in Louisiana. He's a man that I trust, our relationship only got stronger as every day went on last season. That being said, I've opened myself up to other opportunities, and that relationship with Gerald's not going anywhere. If I he wants what's best for me as well. There's great leadership and talent in Fort Worth, and a promising new franchise, and that's an exciting opportunity that I'm considering. I think they have a great leadership core with their two owners and with Robert Garrett as their general manager. I think they have some fun guys to throw the ball to, and it's something that I really have to think about. And that being said, Atlanta coming off a championship, it seems like their offense has only gotten stronger. The weapons are in place. It's very tempting to go that way. They are a finely tuned, well-run machine. Mark Chisholm does a great job with that organization. I have a lot of respect for the man, and that's all I'll say on that. It's going to be a difficult decision to make. Dunhill's team. I don't think it's Dunhill's team. I think it's Atlanta's team. I think it's the city's team. I think Marcus would say the same thing. That's what makes a franchise great. It's not about one player, past, present, or future. It's about a succession of players. Great franchises. They don't take the time to rebuild. They just reload. I think anyone who's saying that, whether there's people in the media saying that, you guys are making that up. There's some individuals out there saying that. I think those individuals are just, I think they say comments like that, maybe thinking that they can, affect my decision-making process by a simple comment of their own. And, sorry, but I'm a little too strong-willed. I make my own decisions, and I'm confident when I make those decisions. But, so, if you're going to, put little comments out there to try and deter me or affect or mess with my mind on the decision I'm going to make, it's not going to work. And the comment just, is a silly comment in general. I mean, there's too much evidence of, just leagues all over America, where there's been a big name player followed by another big name player. I mean, before Clayton Kershaw was pitching for the Dodgers, there's a lot of other guys pitching for the Dodgers. Before Aaron Rodgers, there was someone else, at the helm over there in Green Bay, and y'all might know his name. I mean, before Steve Young, there was someone else, out there slinging the ball for San Francisco. So, just a silly comment. I really don't, I don't take anything like that seriously. Aren't we all chasing rings? I mean, when I hear that, I always get confused. People are going out there to chase rings. I mean, I literally think we're all chasing rings. I mean, that's the goal, right? To win championships. If there's an organization that you know of in this league where it's not their number one goal at the beginning of every season to go out and win a championship, then please name that organization for me, because I want to stay far away from there. It's an organization I wouldn't want to play for. So, chasing rings. I don't take that as an insult. I think that I'm going to be chasing a ring, every single season, regardless of what uniform. And I was chasing a ring last year in St. Louis, and came up a few games short of it. But I'm always going to be chasing rings. I don't think any competitor isn't. That's a good one. Yeah, it's getting a little long. If my significant other, my better half, had anything to say about it, I'm sure she would say, the haircut's going to come first. But if I were to put my money on it, I would say that my decision's going to come first. Let it grow out a little bit more. But yeah, it's getting a lot of control. All right, thanks guys. I appreciate it.